Hello and welcome. Welcome to this special annual visioning for 2024. And if you're new to this channel and you're not sure who I am psychic medium Christine Gold. And every month I share the energy, the update for the month, and really tuning in mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, psychically, financially, and in relationships because they're all involved. And you might even know that you are a light worker, a healer, you're an empath, you are intuitive, or maybe you're just waking up to the fact that you are. And I'm recording this pretty much the day after the solstice. So happy solstice blessings to you all. I kind of wanted to do in between. Um, because really that's where we are is in between right now. And there's going to be some themes that come up, and I'd love all of you to follow along. And if you need, of course, access to what we talked about, all the notes will be in the description, and then you can do what you will with them. And I also want to wish everyone the most, the best over the holiday season. And of course, as we go into 2024, wherever you are in the world, whatever is going on with you, please know that this is temporary. And together, collectively, we will all get through this. And I mean, I started my journey in 2017. And if any of you follow Lee Harris, he talked about in 2016 his guides known as the Z's. Um, he was speaking to a crowd, and they came through and said that 2017 to 2024 will be the most tumultuous and uprising upheaval time of our lives in this lifetime. And we're coming into year 7 of that. And I truly believe that. We're all connected. I mean, we are electrically charged, are we not? We are energetic beings. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. You chose this lifetime. There's no more victim consciousness because that's what you will invite into your life. So, where are you going to stop the narrative? Right? It really is up to you. It's about responsibility more than anything else. And I'd love to start with the 2024 energy. I'm keeping this super simple. This is something that I bring into all of my work, into who I am, a soul called Christine, a child of God, love, connection, and purpose. And if that's what you really are leaning into, maybe you're not sure what your purpose is yet. That's fine. Maybe you don't feel connected. Maybe you feel disconnected. That's fine. Maybe you can grab onto love. Because let me tell you, 2023 was probably the most prophetic roller coaster ride next to 2020. Anybody else? Share in the comments below. Let me know if you're on the replay. If you're listening via my Heart Led Soul Fed podcast, send me a note. I'd love to hear about your journey because I know that we're not alone in this. We're not alone in feeling all of this as well. It's we are connected. Even if we're thousands of miles apart, we are all connected. Only the ego would like to think we're not, and that we're supposed to just, as I've said before, pay bills and die. That's not why we're here. That's not why you're here. So, we're really going to be talking about taking off the layers of the ego because that's really what it is. It's layers. And as I said, I started my journey in 2017, but really, as a child, I was already in this. Unfortunately, many of us had to shut it down, our intuitive knowings, our seer, our alchemy, our magic. We had to shut down our dreams. Don't speak, be quiet. You're crazy. You don't fit in. You don't belong. And we did this in order to survive. No longer. No longer. And it might be it's a yo-yo effect, and just when you think you're spiraling up, you something hits. So as these layers are coming down, it's going to be more prophetic. It's going to be in your face for you, it exposed, like a wound, when you some people like to pick scabs off. I know that sounds a little gruesome. But then you're exposing your wound again, is what I'm saying. So there will be more coming up and more that needs to be released. And this is part of the evolution, your feelings and thoughts. And globally, we are being challenged. I used to think, oh, I have all these problems. My life sucks. I don't know how I'm going to fix any of this. But that's the ego talking, keeping you dark and negative and dismissive and feel like you're oppressed all the time. And there will be times that you do, absolutely. And globally, we are being challenged. Um, loss and death of a loved one, for example, there's been a lot of that. I mean, this is my first Christmas without both of my parents, an auntie and a friend. So, and I know that there's lots of people that, and especially even this time, no matter if it's been 1 year or 50 years, it still hurts around the holidays. It still hurts around, maybe you hear a certain song that brings you back. Maybe you hear a conversation. Maybe you just see their picture and you start crying, right? Grief has no timeline and grief has no basis point either. And anyone that says, and I had seen this come up in a grief post on Instagram where he was talking about when people say, well, at least they lived to 99, they had good, they lived a long time, so shouldn't be sad. That's very dismissive. But that's part of the not understanding. That's an understanding. That's not an understanding, meaning it happened to you. It happened to them. So therefore they know what it feels like to go through it. But every experience is unique. And a lot of people don't know what to say, or they feel uncomfortable. And all you have to do is sit with them. And even if you don't know what it's like, you can just say, I'm here for you when you're ready. If you need to talk, if you need anything, I'm here. I don't understand what you're going through, but I'm willing to listen and sit with you and be with you. And that's all that matters. Maybe we're having disasters in our life, or like Mother Nature, those types of disasters, fire or floods or earthquakes or volcanoes, right? War. It's all around us, whether it's like an actual war or the war inside of us, and then we're warring with our neighbors. War is war. When you emit hate and jealousy and spite, and you can't forgive somebody, you're having an inner war. And let me tell you, I'm not exempt from that because of the work that I do. I have my challenges as well. That's why I really lean into my spiritual practices. And it is a practice every day, not just when you feel like it, or yeah, maybe I should do that yoga thing or that meditation I heard about. No, it is every day. And if you are committed, you will sustain. If you are committed, you will sustain. If you half-ass anything, then you're going to get half-ass back, basically, right? I'm about whole ass, full ass. And it's really just comes down to responsibility, and we need to recalibrate as well. All right. Yeah, there's a lot in that. So right now, I'd love for you to hibernate. I love hibernating. I really align with the bear spirit. I've been called Mama Bear before because when I go into Mama Bear mode, watch out. No, sorry. No, it's more about the culture, the power animal, the indigenous, the spirit of the bear. If you look at the wheel, the healing circle, being grounded, being present, being of the earth, like recalibrating like a bear, right? And in order to do, what the bear does, the bear sleeps for months, but the bear prepares before the bear goes, right? How can you prepare? How can you build a cozy nest, a sanctuary, a space? And maybe it's really busy right now, or maybe you're completely alone. Wherever you are, can you find a space to hibernate? Can you find a space to rest and reset for what's left for 2023? And you do need to do that. Um, when I was in Newfoundland, then really that's when the energy started to ramp up again. I want to, because we're talking about this new earth energy, this golden age of Aquarius. Where's all my astrologers? I'm sure they'll share more information. But it's really, and I do follow Braca Goldsmith. She gives me a ton of information on astrology, for example, and energy. She is a beautiful channel as well. But it's that new age, new earth, and it started early, and it started in November, and I felt it. And I was like, what is going on? And I found I needed to rest more. And the ego resisted. No, you have to keep doing. And I'm like, no, but I'm a being. I choose to take care of myself. And there was also a week when I came back to Calgary that I didn't do anything, and I could just feel everything, and I could feel people's thoughts and like hearing what's going on, and it was just all too much. So I needed a week to just learn and reflect, and then just cut away all of that energy. Um, and then when you look back and you learn and you reflect and you have a gratitude journal or a gratitude practice of some kind, I looked back and went, holy crap, no wonder I was tired. When you go back and look, you can reflect on 2023, maybe even write down every month what happened. Go back and look, because we we forget. We forget so quickly. We forget so quickly. So I really would love you to lean into that and let me know how you're going to hibernate, rest, reset. For me, I have yoga, a little bit of meditation. I get outside every day. I mean, I can't believe how warm it is right now. I can go outside in shorts. I've seen people in shorts and flip flops. So, um, and nourishing the body, with nourishing food. I think that's so important. I have been whole food plant based for 2 years, and it's completely changed my life. But I've been called to do that, and my body will tell me, okay, listen. And here's the thing: we're not listening to our bodies enough. We're not listening to our bodies enough. We're just like, oh, we have to push through it, and sometimes you just have to say, no, not today. Today, I'm taking the day for myself. And if you can't do that, today I'm taking an hour for myself. And if you can't do that, you really need to look at your schedule and find out why you were overbooked, why you were overwhelmed. Why are you're a human being, not a doing. And you need to practice no. And it's a complete sentence. And when somebody asks you something and you're not really good at practicing yet, you can say, I'll get back to you. Thank you. I'm going to think on this and get back. Cool. Then everybody's on the same page. Whereas you're like, oh, okay. And then it doesn't feel good in the gut. It doesn't, or maybe it's in the head, wherever it is in the body. It doesn't feel good. Something's off. And then you go and do it anyways, and then you have resentment towards yourself and to them. And this whole, it's a cycle. It's the dog chasing the tail scenario where the dog is the only one that's enjoying it. So, and really, mapping out your year. That's why, I'm just going to bring this up now. Every year, this will be my 4th year doing the Dream Vision Map workshop, and it's fun. And I want you to start as you're hibernating, resting, resetting, creating, visioning, manifesting at some point. Just welcome in that word, that feeling. What is it? I mean, we've seen them online. Like, what are your 4 words for 2024? Right? And for me, I thought it was a forward, but now it's big. Big. Everything is big. I keep hearing go big or go home. Go big or don't even bother. Just go big. The time of playing small is done. The time of being a victim is done. The time to just go after your dreams intentionally, aligning with your energy and manifesting. I will show you how to co-create all of that. And we're going to actually split it up into months too. So each month we're breaking down your dreams into actionable, bite-sized steps, forward movement, and having some accountability. I think I know that's really important. Having a community to cheer you on. And we would love to have you join our community. It's completely free on Facebook, but we also have a 1-year format with some courses and other things as well. Some workshops, third eye, past life, animal communication, and more about the solar flares. And it's really just a great space to share how you're feeling. If you need any help, and we're always here to assist. Maybe we don't know what's going on completely, but it's a safe space to share. I think that's really important. Really important. All right. So there's a couple questions I wanted to ask you. Maybe grab a notepad. Maybe you want to pause this and really lean into it. But what are you ready to purge and release in 2023? What are you ready to purge and release in 2023? What are you ready to purge and release in 2023? Because it's important to purge and declutter and all of that, mind, body, spirit. And in order to invite new energy, we have to let go of old energy, old people, places, and things and relationships that no longer serve us. I know it's hard. Comfort, ego loves comfort. Ego loves playing small. Ego likes keeping you stuck. Ego likes to be in control. I think that's the biggest one. And here's the second question. What are you ready to vision and invite in for 2024? What are you ready to vision and invite in for 2024? Beautiful. And maybe you've got some stuff that's coming out right now and you're writing. Maybe you're going to go do some channeling, intuitive writing, journaling. Maybe it comes through in your dreams. Maybe it comes through as, an angel, your guides, your loved ones. However, signs, symbols, music, conversations, billboards, strangers that, show up out of nowhere and you're not sure why, but then afterwards you're like, "Oh, I get it now." So yeah, those are the questions, and I'd love for you to share them with me. And then I also don't judge whatever comes through. The ego is the judge too. Remember that. So if it's coming through as a judgment, no, sorry, you're retired, you're fired. No, not today. And it's really, being careful of what your ego wants to talk you out of as well. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, so and so failed. Oh, you're too old. Ooh, I love that one because I'm 11 days from turning 50. And let me tell you, I feel more powerful, more healed, more beautiful, more connected than I have ever felt in this lifetime. I have to remind myself, this lifetime. And it's not just an age. It's about going through all those dark nights of the soul, those mini ones, those crises, um, those guardian angel moments, or you want to even say a near death experience. But you know what? You don't have to have a near death experience to wake up. Okay, so let's also stop sensationalizing near death experiences. I'm seeing a lot of that online, making it like Hollywood, like, oh my God, it has over 1 million views. It's so amazing. Sure, if you're inspired by that, just don't be attached to it. Don't think you have to die. And it's an ego death. That's what I believe it all is. And as I learned in my journey so far, because we're all students of the universe, including myself, I am not a guru, anyone that claims to be, living in ego. We are all our own gurus, but in a confident way, not a cocky, egotistical way. Like, look at me, I need love, I need fame, I need women, whatever that is, right? I don't have time for that. So really, it's just about bringing it back, to the Buddha moment, chop wood, carry water. What does love feel like? What does connection feel like? What does visioning feel like? What does purging feel like? I mean, there's a lot of feelings that go into this, right? Oh, wow. So when I say big, we're going for the big vision and the big projects and the big dreams and um yeah, that, and like Mike Dooley says, tut. Do you get the notes from the universe? Share with me. I do. I love them. They make me laugh. I don't know who writes them, if it's him, Mike, but they make me laugh. They're just fantastic. And that's what we need more of. Stuff that makes us go, huh? And then go, wow. And then go, ha ha. Yes. Yes. Praise. Amen. Let's do this. We got this. Always have. We're just all realizing this now. Mm? And it's about being authentic. It's about being authentic. Yeah, so let's create and vision and manifest. And I put them in big, bold letters because when you're creating a painting or um, a meal or even a song, it's an out of body experience because you're channeling who you truly are. And you're tapping into that divine wisdom, that divine energy, that divine healing, that divine feminine, the divine masculine. It's all being swirled into your magic, your magical vision, your magical manifestations, your magic sauce. And a lot of us are just claiming and saying, yeah, I am. I am a psychic medium, but I am also a whole bunch of other things. And it's not about the certifications and all the recommendations and the reviews. Believe me, I was attached to that at some point. It's no longer aligns. That energy no longer aligns. People want authentic, people want perspective shifts, people want transformation, but they want a guide because they're going to be doing the work. You are just kind of giving them a template and an experience. And they want to be seen and they want to be known. They want to be felt. They want to be heard. I I'm learning to 80% listening, 80% listening. Because a lot of people will come to their own aha moments, their own epiphanies, their own light bulbs, their own gobsmacked. What? How did I not know this all along? Anyways, because we tend to forget, right? Oh gosh. So I'm going to go to theme number 1. Solar flares, global and personal flares, the Schumann resonance. I mean, that video next to Matthew Perry's channeling is the most watched. The most watched. I'm blown away. Because if you're sensitive energetically, and most of you are that are listening and watching, or maybe it manifests as depression, anxiety, addictions, PTSD, trauma. It's all connected, okay? Because I went through it. I personally, I went through it. I'm still going through it. And you got to have times where you're purging throughout the year. You're not just, one and done. Oh, no, no, no. If there's a lot of stuff going on, you might be purging every week at the beginning. I know I was, or every month or every quarter. But it has to be, and it's going to be very polarizing, and it's going to be very spiraling, and it's going to be very alchemic, because we are transmuting into new beings. This is a new earth activation, as Eckhart Tolle has written and spoken about a lot over the years. It's about personal freedom. Freedom is everything. Authenticity is everything. Finding your voice is everything. Connections and joy. Where I'm staying, 2 of the towels in the bathroom, joy, joy, double joy. Love it. And really, 2024 will be a year of strength and purpose on a personal level. Because you have to go through the darkest times to see the light, to know the light, to feel the light, to step into who you truly are. And no darkness is ever hidden when you are light. So there's going to be a lot of exposure of darkness, however you interpret that said darkness. It is collective, it is global. There is going to be unexpected shifts and revolution. You're going to be shaken and stirred. I know I was in November. And it's coming, like I talked about it. It was coming in early. So, solar flares, the sun is changing, the planets are changing. I can see all the planets, all the stars in the sky, in the city light. What does that tell you? Everything is changing. We are changing. We are becoming more exposed. We are becoming more radiant. We are becoming bigger, right? So those times where you're feeling off, you can go online and check out the Schumann's Resonance, the Global Tone. There's a Facebook page as well. There's a couple. But if you're feeling off and you go there, like I have, and you're like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense now. I don't feel like it's just happening to me, and I don't feel crazy or, it's nice to have a confirmation. And I'm not saying you need to be on that page 24/7. You do have to listen to your higher self. But it's more about being in tune with yourself, and then with the earth, with Gaia, with Mother Earth. with soul, with spirit. And it's good to stop and check in and ask your higher self. And where are you in your process right now? Where are you in your life? And many times the answer you get is not what you expect. And that's amazing. That's perfect. Go, huh? And it's usually the first thing that comes up. And, the last, mm, what has it been? 6 years almost. I've been, practicing yoga and meditation, and I've tried qigong, and I've tried cold water plunging, and I've tried Wim Hof, and I've tried forest bathing, and I've tried harmonic eggs. I've tried hyperbaric chamber, osteopath, acupuncture, craniosacral, DMT, somatic, EFT. Am I missing anything? Quantum, yeah, QTTP. I've tried it all. And what I know is I like to have a mix, and it depends on the month or the week. I'm switching it up because we tend to get bored. So we need to mix it up. Maybe like for me, I've been practicing with yoga with Adrienne for years on YouTube. And someone introduced me to a different YouTube channel or yoga channel. And I like it because there's different poses and I'm being more challenged. I feel I'm more of an intermediate yogi now. The basic stuff I can do in my sleep. I'm looking to be challenged where maybe at some point I'm holding a crow pose or doing a handstand. I don't know. Anything is possible, right? So it's really about expanding ourselves and really reaching out. I'm very, very much drawn to calligraphy and photography at this point, so I know I'm going to be stepping into that more. So if you're and our past lives will be healing as well. I really feel that. I do. And maybe you're not sure yet, you're just looking into it. I do have some workshops and some courses and some content about past lives. So, it all the information is there. You just have to go and claim it. And everything is changing. We're changing. We have to level up, as they say. So let's go to theme 2, identity shifts. I mean, I was just talking about change, and there will be challenges and rebirth. How could there not be? You're going to see a collective rising, more people speaking out, more protests, more just unrest. Because a lot of people they're just not happy with the status quo anymore, with what the government's giving them, or, politics, or science, or religion, or how certain countries are treating people. It just doesn't sit well anymore at all. So really, that's what it's going to be. Um, so just be aware of that. Just be aware of that. This one is absolutely beautiful. The rise of the light worker. And I get it. Maybe you don't identify as a light worker, or maybe you think it's some woo woo or woo. We got to stop doing that too. Oh, that's too woo woo. When did you get so curmudgeoned in your life that you can't believe in something beautiful, loving outside of yourself? You need to maybe look at that. Like the Grinch, the Scrooging, the curmudgeing, the being the diminisher. We all know a person that does that. So if that brings you down, don't be around that, and call it out too. And then walk away. Do not contact. And I know people that have no contact with their family, with certain jobs, employers, whatever it happens to be. You have every right to protect your energy, okay? But really, we're here to heal relationship with self, with others, and with God, with source, with universe. So the rise of the light worker does not mean it's, a Reiki master or myself or a tarot reader. You could be a most amazing mom. You could be a hospice worker. You could be a nurse. You could be a teacher. You could be the bus driver. Love the bus drivers. I always have a good conversation with them. That's a tough job. Or the cashier, right? If everything that you do is out of love and kindness and to make someone else feel better, you're a light worker. That's it. So claim it. Maybe you have a different word for it. Whatever it happens to be, let me know. I'd love to know. I'd love to hear about it. Ah, and theme 4, radical changes. When you're seeing external destabilization, dehumanization, whatever that is, artificial intelligence, AI, everything just seems like, whoa, crazy. You need to go to internal stabilization. And how are we doing that? Through your practices, your spiritual practices, your exercises, your sanctuaries, your communities. And there's going to be more of those, more communities popping up all over the world. And we're all connected like a weaving of the web of the spider. I had a beautiful dream about a spider last night and spider webs, and they're all different colors. And I was bitten by one and nothing happened. Actually, I felt a clearing. And spiders are quite magical. Go and look them up. The spirit of the spider energy, the power animal. I mean, there's no mistake that Charlotte's Web was written about the spider. Right? So yeah, so radical changes. There will be. Everything's going to be radical. Everything's going to be crumbling. Everything's going to be unstable. Things that were, built on the old system, the old world beliefs, the archaic. It's all, I think of Humpty Dumpty, right? But it's not about Humpty Dumpty. It's about the wall coming down more than anything. So we've got to have all of that radical change and everything being unstable and crumbling for us to have the identity shifts, ID shifts, to have the rebirth of challenges, to hold new light and energy. And that's part of being a light worker as well. And we're going to break through and we're going to have big healings. Sometimes we're going to feel low. I've had my moments. Sometimes we're going to feel off kilter and be like, woo, what's going on here? Like we're on that boat and it's just a swaying. And how can we sync up with that boat so we're not ready to feel sick, right? And sometimes we do feel sick. We need to and know that it's going to be strange sometimes, and then have that out of body experience, and know that you're not alone. You are not alone. So let me know what resonates here and what you're looking forward to, or how we can help each other. And now I want to talk about 2024, because last year, or 2023, was a 7-year. 2024 is an 8. And I mean, if you look at any folklore or depending on, whether it's in the Eastern, Western hemisphere, 8s are alchemic, 8s are spiritual. They can be materialistic as well. So it's about that balance with prosperity, luck, and infinity. Because if you flip the 8 to the side, you have the infinity symbol, which I love to draw. Or twirl my hips in, just to kind of invite that energy in. And as well, the year of the wood dragon, it begins that Lunar New Year, February 10th. And it's really about fostering growth, progress, and abundance. 2024 absolutely brings positive news professionally. So, there's going to be career changes and shifts even for myself. It's going to be lively, it's going to be busy, but really be cautious and not rush into things. Make sure we're doing proper research, dotting our I's, crossing our T's. And dragons are success. They're very intelligent and, a lot of honor in the culture. While wood dragons are full of energy and they dream of changing the world. And then you think of dragons, you think of Game of Thrones as well. They're hoarding that energy. They're about fire. Fire that, when you think of rebirth, you think of Phoenix, you can bring in that dragon energy as well. That everything that needs to be cleared, the old, burned away, cleared away. And it's amazing after wildfires, which we've had quite a few and will continue to, because the earth is changing and shifting along with us. The earth is getting more dry in some parts and wet in other parts. We've seen Mother Nature flex with volcanoes and fires, and flooding and tornadoes as well. So, I mean, how you think about the sun, that there's more flares happening. Everything is flaring up, everything is being brought up, everything is being burned away to be cleared. And the little, the signs of new life after a fire, the little plants come up, they spring up. You can see little bits of green. So, wherever you are in your life at this point, or wherever you happen to be joining me from, know that the dragon brings in that fire element, but also the wood, which is the earth element. So there's that beautiful, and then you've got the magic of the 8 intertwined, which I love, which I absolutely love. So I am going to be, we are going to be pulling some cards. Usually I pull before I start, but hey, this was something I did on a whim. I thought, I'm going to get this out before the end of the year because I feel it's really important. So we're pulling from the Light Seers Tarot deck. Beautiful deck. What is the overall energy of 2024? Let's see what comes up here. And maybe you can share below what you think, what you feel, what is happening. This card just keeps sticking. Oh, love it. It is the Page of Wands. This is fire energy. This is, as you can see, wands are manifestations. Pages are the beginning of the manifestation, just starting out, knowing her full power, knowing, being curious, how as children are, creativity, very explosive, the enthusiasm, ideas, creative beginnings, inspiration, youthful spark, new skills, curiosity, dreams, energy, ideation, brainstorming. I love this. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Are you excited about 2024? Come on now. Let me know below. And now we're going to bring in some of these cards. I'm working with Vervante to have my digital deck, my Empath Journey Oracle deck printed. And these were some of the cards that they gifted me. These are cute little inspiration affirmations. They're called Fit, Fun, and Fierce. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Yes, you are. Love it. All right. And we're continuing with that theme with Vervante. And I'm going to throw these cards in here too, because those are the ones that I pulled the other day, and they were quite fun. So let's see what else we got going on here. So, whoa, okay. Just flew out. It just flew out. Oh, I am enough. You don't have to do anymore, be anymore. You already are, sisters, brothers, souls. I'll hold on to that. And since I came back, I'm able to bring out the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. Love this deck as well because I'm all about dreams. I'm all about, channeling and getting into those dreams, interpreting dreams. Here we are knocking and asking, what are we dreaming into 2024? What are we dreaming? What are we visioning? What are we planning? What are we just welcoming with open arms into 2024? Oh, yeah. Okay. This one just, where'd it go? Heart home. It's all about compassion. Compassion for you, compassion for others, compassion just for the world. And it's card 27, which are nines. We've got the eights, we've got the nines. What else do we need to know about this card? This is love in the truest form. Let the universe orchestrate a way to bring you back to yourself. And there's no need, interesting, to forgive anyone for anything because none of it occurred in spiritual truth. Wow. It's only your belief in the story that makes it powerful. So allow your love to wash clean all those impressions. Empty yourself of judgment and preconceptions and allow spirit to fill you with the sweet nectar of peace. Oh, I love that. Love, love, love. And that really is, one of the biggest themes for 2024. Love, connection, purpose. I want to thank each and every one of you, part of all of my social media channels, my YouTube community, Facebook, wherever you happen to be listening to this on your favorite podcast, all of my past, present, and future clients. I'm sending you all so much love for the season, be the reason, and for 2024. Take care of yourself, and I will see you next year.